This time that hussy Jane's gone just too far. Call me an eyesore, will she? And me a treasured heirloom, a present from her husband's own mother. Well, she'll live to regret it. Time takes care of so many things, especially when you're a specialist in time like I am. But Jane will never suspect. She just won't understand why she's having so much trouble. Because it's all going to be completely accidental.
What? Jane's going to be all right. Well, now, that is too bad. But I'll work things out. These stupid humans, they think things are responsible for accidents. Material things, like that electric cord that caught Jane's foot. Sometimes they lay their troubles to junk piled on the stairs. Sometimes it's an iron on a shelf. Other times, ice on the sidewalk, unlabeled bottles in the medicine chest, a bed rung in a ladder, soup on the stove. Really, of course, any clock knows it's people who bring on accidents, the kind of people who don't know how to handle their emotions. That awful Martha. But I fixed her. Once I found that feelings were the key. It was so easy. Same with Ed Caldwell. He didn't like anyone calling him a grease monkey. And he certainly didn't know how to handle his feelings. No question about the tie-up between Eddie's feelings and that broken hand. Same way with Martha and her wedding ring. That ring's a symbol to Martha. A symbol for everything she hoped she'd find in marriage. Only fool that she is, human as she is, she married Jeff Hoover. And Jeff's first love was always the bottle. So Martha waits at home and twists her ring. That's the way it is with these crazy humans. Tension keeps boiling up in them like the soup in Martha's saucepan. It's always been right there, primed and waiting for the moment when they bump up against a dangerous situation. And when they do, well, chalk up another accident. Why? Why, because emotions distract, of course. Those boiling feelings, they take people's minds off dangerous situations. And when that happens, it's just a matter of time until disaster strikes. Like with Martha. If she stops to think about it, she knows hot soup can scald, and that it's important to be careful in the kitchen. But here it is, nearly 7:30. That means Jeff stopped off at Jack's place. So Martha's all upset and angry. She doesn't know what to do. And not knowing, she's blinded by the boiling up of her emotions. Those feelings of hers, they distract her from the dangers of stoves and pans and boiling soup. Jeff's problem isn't quite the same as Martha's. Whiskey isn't really at the heart of it either. You see, back when he was younger, he got all in a swivet over her. Well, over part of her anyway. So they were married. Only then, Jeff found out there was just one thing wrong with Martha. She didn't have anything in that pretty head of hers but buckwheat batter. That's when Jeff really started hitting the bottle. He knows it isn't Martha's fault she's stupid, but she just plain bores him to tears. Trouble is, boredom's a distraction, too. If you're living in a dream world, you can't pay attention to reality. And that gives accidents a chance to happen. Jeff didn't die. But if he had, the preacher likely would have called it a tragic accident, even though the certificate should have read, died of boredom. Not all distractions are inside people, of course. Lots of them come from outside. If it hadn't been for the phone ringing, nothing might ever have happened to that Ainsley woman. Poor Mrs. Ainsley. She always did wonder what that phone call was about. Even when it looks like a distraction's all outside, more often than not, there are still some feelings mixed in somewhere. Like Sid. He claimed it was an accident when Patty banged her head. Actually, things were tight at the shop. When Sid tried to unload his tensions with silly horseplay, Patty got hurt. Or look at Jane. Because those two brats of hers were blowing off steam all out of control, she fell down.
It needn't have happened, of course. Not if that idiot female had showed a grain of common sense. After all, you only have to pay attention to 3 simple rules to put an end to accidents in any home. One, pay attention to your feelings. 2, beware of boredom. 3, watch out for dangerous situations. That's all there is to it. But how many humans are smart enough to follow the rules?
Like with Jane. She knows she gets tense and on edge on cleaning day, so she ought to paste signs all around in her head in big red letters. Slow down. Watch out. Don't rush into anything.
All right, you kids. You know the rules about those dart guns.
But of course, handling it like that would have been too intelligent for a human. Same way with cleaning. It bores Jane worse than anything she does. That's why it makes her edgy. So you'd think she'd have sense enough to change jobs often. Take a break. Try something more interesting for a while. Work a little on her new dress, maybe. You see? Now is the time to finish the cleaning, after she's calmed down. Of course, it was a good idea to get Ted and Walter out of the living room. That electric cord made it a dangerous situation.
All right, you kids. Out. Out, out.
Jane wasn't that smart, though. So now she has a wrenched back. And she'll have more before I'm through with her. Call me an eyesore, will she?
No!
Jane, honey, what is it? What's wrong? What is it? Take it easy. She must have been having a nightmare.
Oh, if it only was a dream. Milk, you can't imagine. It's that clock in the living room.
You know we've been over that confounded clock a dozen times. We can't get rid of it. My mother would have a fit.
But it's alive. Talking to me. Taunting me. It hates me. That's why I had this accident. And it says I'll keep on having them.
Must be those pills the doctor gave you. You're just imagining things.
No, Mill. That clock talked. It did. It did.
She's so right, of course. But she won't get anyone to believe her. And by the time she's up and about, she won't be sure of anything herself. But she will keep having accidents. She can count on that.
Well, Jane, it's good to see you up. Can't get you down until you're up, you know. Now we need to set the stage for that next accident. Make it seem properly accidental. Tiger here should do nicely to trip over. A little temper will help, too.
What's going on around here this morning? Aren't you going to get me any breakfast?
Well, Your Majesty, maybe it's just about time you got your own breakfast.
Now, an outside distraction to get things moving. Here we go.
Jane, did you learn anything from that last time you had an accident?
What are you talking about? Let go of me, you big baboon.
You know what I mean. You're liable to break your neck if you go charging out of here in all directions. Please, honey.
Milk, I must be crazy. And after that nightmare and all those good resolutions I made about being careful. Thanks, Walt. Oh, you crazy dog. Do you want someone to fall over you?
Isn't that enough to give you fits? But I can afford a few slips. Time's still on my side. Maybe I can do better here in the kitchen.
Hi, Madge. This is Jane. Say, why don't you come over and have a cup of coffee with me? I've been cleaning this house all day, and I'm just about to go out of my mind. Okay, say, bring that new pattern of yours. I'd like to look at it. Okay, I'll see you in a little while. Bye.
Why, I don't believe it. Don't tell me that girl's beginning to use her head. Well, I'll get her yet.
A dog and a cat on Sunday morning might just turn the trick. That's it. Hurry, girl, hurry.
Hey, Jane. What gives?
Oh, Tiger has a cat up a tree. But you know, I guess I'm getting smart in my old age. He'll just have to learn about cats on his own, because I'm not about to go charging out there in my night clothes. So there, you old eyesore. Aren't you disappointed?
Come on back to bed, you character.
Why, that insolent young Jezebel. I'll teach her.
Bang, bang! Bang, bang! Bang, I got you. Come on, draw. Well, I don't know.
All right, now, Ted, you remember what Mom said.
Oh, you draw.
That's it, boy.
Yeah, I did. Ted.
Why,
Walter,
you-
give me that gun. Give...
My springs, my gears, my face. Oh, why was I such a fool? I'm as bad as that stupid female Jane. Worse even, because I knew better. But I hated her so, I didn't even take my own advice. I let my feelings run away with me just as if I were human. So now there'll be another clock here taking my place. My place, and me a treasured heirloom, gift of Milk's own mother. Oh, why did I ever interfere when I knew that accidents are bound to happen when you take time out for trouble?